Is your skincare routine a danger to marine life? It may seem like a strange question, but if you wash your face with cleansers, use exfoliators, or brush your teeth with toothpaste, any of which containing microbeads, you are part of the problem. It is no small problem. Microbeads, a macro problem. As shown in these hands, microbeads are small, round pieces of plastic that make their way into the water. Many of them are even smaller than this. Sherry Mason, an environmental scientist and professor at the State University of New York, researched the presence of microbeads in the Great Lakes. The research in her group shared in the journal Plastic News found that the Great Lakes are now the host of tiny spheres of polyethylene and polypropylene, also known as microbeads, that companies have been adding to toothpaste, hand soap, and exfoliating facial scrubs since the 1990s. You may be wondering why these microbeads end up in the Great Lakes. This happens because the wastewater plants are not equipped to filter the microplastics. The cost would be too great to change these systems. In Chicago, for example, the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Chicago is responsible for the treatment of water waste before it reaches Lake Michigan. The plant shown here next to the Navy Pier sends water containing microbeads into the lake. In a PBS NewsHour interview, David St. Pierre of the Executive Director of Reclamation District of Greater Chicago states that, "If we were to adapt our plants to deal with microbeads, it would be a very expensive process. Microbeads are too small to filter in our plants." Unfortunately, this has caused a huge problem. According to a Chicago Tribune news article written by Michael Hawthorne, microplastic pollution is turning up in alarming numbers throughout Lake Michigan, raising concerns about the form of pollution that scientists fear poses risk to wildlife and potentially to humans. Hawthorne states, "Studies have shown that these tiny particles of plastic can absorb chemicals and bacteria. When they are mistaken for food by marine life, they enter the food web. These microplastics can lodge in the stomach and intestines of fish, increasing the chance of harm." Products containing microbeads are readily available. A visit to my local drugstore found many such products available for purchase. According to an article by Bridget Sweeney in Crane Chicago Business, a single tube of cleanser such as Clean and Clear Morning Burst can contain more than 300,000 particles of potential plastic pollution. The word microbead might not be listed, so look for the following ingredients on the back of the label to determine if your product uses microbeads. When you wash your face at home with these products, the microbeads make their way down the drain and begin their journey to our waterways. Some solutions to help the microbead problem include raising awareness, not purchasing products with microbeads, and advocating for your state to prohibit microbeads, which Illinois became the first state to do. As of January 1st, 2015, Illinois law now states that, by the end of 2018, factories cannot manufacture microbeads, and by the end of 2019, it will be illegal to sell products containing microbeads. However, it doesn't end there. There is other plastic pollution such as plastic bottles, plastic bags, and microfibers from fleece hoodies that all make their way into the water and pollute it as well. A good way to solve this problem is to use reusable water bottles, reusable bags, and find alternative jackets to wear outside. And remember, even though microbeads are not as visible as plastic bags and bottles, they are no less of a problem to our environment. Follow these steps here and do your part to protect our waters.